From News Channel 8, this is High School Sports Final.
Hey there, and thanks for joining us for High School Sports Final. I'm your host, Monica McNutt. We've got lots of highlights and good stuff to get to, so let's get right to it. We won't waste any time. We're going to start this one with Carroll and DeMatha making it happen. DeMatha rolling early. Thomas Bruce underneath for the easy two-handed slam. Nice assist there from his teammate. Carroll, very feisty in this one, though. Nicholas Spinell had a game-high 30 points, hitting the shot there. DeMatha, lots of good players, though, like this guy, Terrell Allen. Three ball, cash. Scores from behind the arc. Carroll turns it right over, and then Markel Fultz, he's going to finish with a little bit of jazz there. Carroll, not a good day in terms of transition defense. The outlet there to Nate Darling. He led the Stags with 20 points. And Terrell Allen, well, he backed that up with 13 points of his own. DeMatha beats Carroll 79-57. And what has become somewhat of a rivalry locally, Clinton Christian taking on Riverdale Baptist. The Crusaders forward Cyril Abagu with the hoop and the foul. Clinton comes right back, though. There's Kevin Dorsey. He's going to hit a three there. He had 30 points on the night. Very impressive scoring night for him. Riverdale would answer, though. Brayon Jackson, the fadeaway, channeling his inner Dirk Nowitzki. Ball movement, though, for the Eagles, and more of Kevin Dorsey. We told you had 30-30 on the night, so lots of shots involved, obviously. All right, then Riverdale's Malik Dupree. Little mini hook, nice touch in the paint. Riverdale continues their winning way, 73-58. They move to 13-8. Let's check out Landon hosting the Heights. Landon in white, Heights in the red. Cavs senior guard Michael Staines dishes to Keenan Wolfter, who hits the jumper coolly. More from the Heights. Leo Zukov here. A little Euro step action. We like that. The layup is good. Landon, though, in transition, Vincent Stice, coast to coast with the finish. It's all about the finish, ladies and gentlemen. Then it will be Leo Zukov again. Drive, nice finish, and a little bit of traffic for him, getting the friendly bounce around the rim. Cavaliers junior guard Chris Warren, though, he's getting in on the action, too. He has the three ball there, and the Heights go on to win 66-58 over Landon. Got some ladies action. Georgetown Visitation taking on Bullets. The Bulldogs with some good defense there. Victoria Crawford coming up with the block. The Cubs senior, though, Kate Delaney, she is going to hit this jumper. It's an and one, folks. Gets the foul there. Bullets' Victoria Crawford, though, she finds Laurencia Moten, who is a force down in the paint. She gets that layup to go in. Then Maddie Reed would have the steal and the breakaway. Georgetown Visitation doubles up Bullets, 48-24. The Wakefield cheerleaders are getting the crowd excited. They're a little flat, if you ask me, but that's okay. They're doing their best they can. Anyway, pass up to Hayfield's Tyler Hodge. He dumps it down low, and his teammate would have the nice lay-in and score. All right, so we're going to take you back. You know, sometimes these things happen in television. Here we go. There it is. That's the pass. That's the nice lay-in and the score. The pass over to Maharim Haki. He drives hard and takes the foul for the and one. That is this play right here. That's the and one. The whistle right on cue. The hoop and the harm, as the saying goes. Wakefield's Alan Treckle, though, trots around the defenders, pulls up, and he gets two more to add to his stat line. Hayfield loses 66-58. Time now for our Athlete of the Week, presented by iTility. And we go to the wrestling mat this week. And the defending state champ off to an undefeated record, already taking out the competition in the 106 weight class. Northern senior Brendan Coughlin decided to move up in weight and try his hand there. Well, he's had the same results that he did at the 106 weight. In fact, Coughlin took care of business at the 24th annual Damascus Holiday Tournament, beating last season's 113-pound champion. Northern coach Matt Smith said of Coughlin, he's not complacent with just being a one-time state champion. So congrats to Northern's Brendan Coughlin, our iTility Athlete of the Week. Lots of games to get to, and we're just getting started here on High School Sports Final. Up next, the game of the night. We're going to the WCAC. Can Coach Wooten and the Knights of O'Connell get a major upset? Plus, we'll go over to D.C. Ballou opened its new building, but would Eastern crash the party? And don't forget, for the latest scores and highlights of featured games, you can log on to hssportsfinal.com. back into high school sports final. Now, you've seen Melo Trimble star at Maryland. He's been integral in the Terps' success so far this season. They're sitting at 14-2. His former team, O'Connell, looking to make a mark of their own, taking on the #1 team in the area. You guessed it, DeMatha. That gets us to our game of the night, a pivotal matchup in the WCAC. DeMatha and O'Connell, two top 20 teams getting down to business in this game. DeMatha coming up with the steal here. Terrell Allen to Markel Fultz. That is an easy two in transition and a nice finish for Fultz. Yep, Coach Wooten not feeling it. All right, come on, guys, get it together. The Knights would miss here, but Lewis Jokum with the rebound and the putback, finishing in the paint. The O'Connell crowd, they're enjoying it. Some kind of theme night. I don't know what the outfits there were about. But anyway, here's Allen to Darling, and here's a tray ball, and it's good. The Stags would lead by 10 at this point in the match. But the Knights, they're pretty good. Umar Berry, turnaround jumper, channeling his inner Dirk Nowitzki. Two nice touch there around the rim. But the Stags, they're ranked #1 for a very good reason. This duo, Terrell Allen and Markel Fultz, tough layup and finish. DeMatha gets this one 54-48. Top 20 girls matchup, McNamara and Paul VI. Paul's Kayla Meador, short pass to Joanne Cole, and that's a layup. Good offense working, ladies. All right, now Bishop McNamara would have the ball. Makia Johnson Matthews with the jumper. She's cash money. Later in the first quarter, Bishop with the ball again. A long pass to Morgan Smith, and she's going to score. That's 2 points, and it's a layup. Nicely done there. Paul VI, that is there. Kate Klimkowitz. Her dad was my doctor at Georgetown. Anyway, she runs the ball up the court and earns 2 points. A nice finish by Klimkowitz. Finally, Paul VI, Jasmine Whitney passes the ball to Dominique Webster. That's a layup. And Paul VI goes on to take this one just by a point. Now we'll head over to some DC hoops. Eastern at Ballou. Both programs that had pretty good football seasons. And the players know because they were on the field, which means they got a late jump on the hoop season, but their coaches, they seem to take it all in stride.
A lot of these kids play football, so I got them late after the Turkey Bowl, as you know, we made it to. So I got them on December 2nd, and we've been working hard ever since. So we got some work to do, but, you know, the sky's the limit for us.
Very difficult. You don't get to, see them as much as you like, but you know that they're putting in work, so you don't mind it.
All right, the band getting into this one. You know that band is well known in the city, and Ballou's in their brand spanking new facility. A rebound here leading to offense. DeJuan Green finding Anthony Broadus on the other end. The easy bucket in transition. Eastern first to strike there on the board. Ballou almost comes up with the steal on this play, but the Ramblers maintain possession. DeJuan Green gathering it up and finds Ricardo Carter for another easy layup in the paint. They feasted in the paint in that first half. It was just the Ramblers' night. Check out this play. Yeah, Green skying for the jam. Eastern wins this one 55-31. The Lady Terps head coach Brenda Freeze was out at the Mount Vernon versus Edison matchup doing a little recruiting. Shazia Smith of Mount Vernon takes the ball inside and she scores a bucket. And then a little later, we'd have a pass inside to Edison's Julia Eversole for the answer on the other end. Now, Mount Vernon's Shanice Ray drives inside, but Jada Gray says no. And then the pass over to Tiara Cogram for the tray right at the buzzer to end the first period. Edison goes on to win this one 74-29 over Mount Vernon. So it's a doubleheader, sort of. Mount Vernon boys basketball getting hyped for their matchup at Edison, although that's a calm shot we got there. Edison's Jordan Wright taking the quick three to start the game off with a statement. You love it when your first shot goes in. Pass up ahead to Mount Vernon's Eric Martin. He answers with a three of his own. A game of nice shots. Tyvez Monroe takes a jumper, another swish. I mean, why not? When it rains, it pours. A pass here over to Jonas Mahamoud. He decides to put that one up, and just because it's that kind of night, it's all net. Matching his and hers wins for Edison. The fellas win this one 64-63. More to come on High School Sports Final, including our play of the week from D.C. to Virginia and to Maryland. A couple to choose from. We'll show you later in the show. Plus, a great showcase of talent coming to Coolidge High School, and we'll tell you about it after the break. Don't forget, you have the chance to show us who has the most energetic and spirited high school. Log on to WJLA.com/spirit and tell us why your school is the best. back to High School Sports Final. DeMatha's junior varsity had a game earlier this week, and normally we don't talk much about the JV games, but this one was a little different. If you watch closely, you'll see someone that's sort of a pretty big deal.
It's a lot of rules, and you got to be ready for them when those particular crazy plays might happen during the game.
Every basketball game has coaches, players, and referees, but there are very few refs like this one.
Everywhere I've been, the parents, they know who I am. They might tell their kids, and I don't have too much. When I give a call, I don't have too much complaining.
Adrian Danley is not your average official. Danley is a basketball Hall of Famer, whom to the young eye may go unrecognized.
A lot of times I referee games, they don't know me. Their parents might tell them.
And if you thought being a player had a lot of pressure, just imagine wearing the stripes.
Being a referee has got a different aspect as opposed to being a player. It's a lot of pressure on the referee. I guess they think because I played, you know, I know all the rules. I might make the correct calls, but a lot of times I do make incorrect calls. But the parents, they've been pretty good.
Years ago, we caught Dantley working as a crossing guard in Montgomery County. At halftime this week, his alma mater honored the 6-time NBA All-Star with a commemorative ball. So the question begs, why are you doing this?
I just stay in the game. I like seeing the kids. I've been all over the area, Montgomery County, you know, D.C. I'm from D.C. I love D.C., so I got 2 jobs. I'm doing the referee and I'm a crossing guard, so that keeps me busy just a little bit, just enough to get me out the house.
Everybody wants to be out the house, right? That's a great story. Shout out to our photog for getting that one done, and our producer. All right, loads of talent coming to the D.C. area next weekend for the MLK Hoop Fest Showcase, put on by former Georgetown Hoya player Mark Tillman. Check out some of the matchups that will be featured. Here's the schedule starting next Friday night. Plenty of teams and talent to see from all around the country, including some of our area teams like Coolidge, H.D. Woodson, Riverdale Baptist, and others. Check it out. It's all going down at Coolidge High School Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday because it's a holiday. For more information, go to their website, themlkhoopfest.com. Here's the schedule starting next Friday night's games. Plenty of teams and talent to see. Well, we just went over that. We're talking about the MLK Hoop Fest. If you missed it, make sure you check that one out. We've got Plays of the Week coming up next, and we'll have some more stuff too as we wrap up this edition of High School Sports Final. Remember, you can go to our Facebook page at High School Sports Final to select your choice for Play of the Week. These plays are brought to you by our awesome photographers who work so hard to get them. In this case, I shot this one. Shout out to me. Anyway, that's DeJuan Green skying for a jam, and Eastern won that game 55-31. Pretty solid Play of the Week. Carroll and DeMatha, they offer a Play of the Week as well. Stags rolling early, and then Thomas Bruce underneath for an easy two-handed slam. That one had a little bit more assist action, so let us know which one you like. All right, we've shown you lots of hoops highlights tonight. Now we're going to chat with some gentlemen who are watching hoops regularly, daily, nonstop. They're living and breathing this stuff. Marcus Helton of DMV Elite and Charles Abankwa covers high school sports for the Prince George's County Sentinel. Thanks, gentlemen, for joining us.
No problem.
Now, I know you guys came from games to get here. Yeah. Marcus, where were you?
I was at Hayfield at Wakefield tonight.
Okay, and that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, you showed some highlights earlier. It ended up being a really good game.
What did you see there that folks should, was there a player folks should watch going forward there?
Well, one noteworthy accomplishment, Dominique Tham, senior forward from Wakefield, scored his 1,000th point tonight. So that was pretty cool to see in person, and they had a little ceremony for him. But of course, right after it happened, he got in foul trouble.
That's the way fate works.
Right. But he came back to help win the game.
Good stuff. Charles, you were where?
I was at Duval versus Oxon Hill.
Okay.
At Oxon Hill.
Noteworthy takeaways in there?
Edward Polite, he almost had a triple-double tonight. He had 26 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 assists. And Duval won the game 82-71.
Wow, good stuff. All right, so I know another county game we talked about a little bit earlier, Northwestern and Flowers. Have you a chance to see either of those teams?
Yes, I saw Northwestern early in the year. I saw them play Capital Christian.
Okay.
They lost that game, but they're a solid PG County 4A team. Going to be reckoned with come during the season.
Speaking of Capital Christian, Marcus, I know you've seen Clinton Christian, Capital Christian. You're all over the place. Who are your teams to kind of watch or players to watch this season?
Well, in that league, National Christian, it's got some guys, Christian Matthews, Sylvester Bondo is going to Georgia Tech. Capital Christian's got a guy, Chris Orlina, transferred new to the area from down in the Tidewater in Virginia. He's a guy to watch.
Okay.
Riverdale Baptist is always strong. The Beltway League has become one of the kind of premier leagues in the area, so it'll be fun to watch them again.
Good stuff. Charles, Prince George's County is kind of your niche.
Yes.
Would Northwestern be the team to beat in the county? Or they went down tonight, actually, in an upset.
Yeah, I think the team to beat is probably going to be Roosevelt or Wise. Those are the two teams I've seen and I think are very strong. Wise is a deeper team with a lot of seniors. They have a transfer from, I think, Tacoma Christian Academy, and they're a very solid team, well-coached team as well.
Gotcha. So we hit Prince George's County, we hit the Beltway League a little bit. That leaves the WCAC, a little bit of Virginia, a little Montgomery County.
Yeah.
Marcus, go ahead and lay it all out for us.
Well, it seems in the WCAC, we saw some DeMatha highlights earlier. They've kind of established themselves as the team to beat in that conference. It's probably more wide open than it's been in a couple of years, but they seem to be, head of the class as far as WCAC and premier teams in the league.
Gotcha. What about Paul VI?
Paul VI is they've had a couple of issues. They lost to McNamara tonight.
Okay.
They're still going to be one of the top tier teams just because they've got VJ King, Frank Howard, Aaron Thompson. They're still pretty loaded. They're a little top heavy right now, but I could see anybody really coming out of the WCAC.
So if anybody can come out of the WCAC, that's not really a surprise that McNamara knocked them off?
Not really. McNamara, I think, going into the season, I picked them as kind of my dark horse. They've got a lot of young talent, some young guards, Jameer Moultrie, Jamar Watson. So it wasn't really a shock that they beat Paul VI. That they have the talent to do it.
Now, Charles, I know we're doing a lot of county ball with you, but have county teams had an opportunity to play some of these private school teams in here?
Yeah, I saw Eleanor Roosevelt play DeMatha early in the season.
Okay.
DeMatha won that game pretty handily, and I think there's a vast difference between county and private school ball. So
yeah. Is that still that's still the case?
Yeah, I would like to say that.
If you had to say who out of the county would challenge or would play the best in the WCC, who might it be?
I think Largo, just because this year they have a star player. I'm fuzzy on his name right now. I think Marcus would.
Abdullah Bundu.
Abdullah Bundu,
Okay.
and I think he's just one of those players that he could play and change the game for any team. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, he's the leading scorer in the area, so we know he's certainly getting it done. All right, guys. So we kind of talked about players and programs. Are there any coaches to watch this season? Any coaching shakeups?
As far as new coaches?
New coaches or kind of coaches that have something to prove. I know we had Coach Wooten in, obviously, or in the highlights, he doesn't like to lose a lot. But guys that kind of have something to prove or are kind of pushing their teams forward.
So Mike Jones at DeMatha, he's probably got on paper, he's got one of the most loaded teams in the area, and he's got them playing well together. They're probably one of the deepest teams in the area, and he finds a way to get everybody involved, and it's working for him so far.
Gotcha.
Steve Turner at Gonzaga.
Yep.
The usual cast of coaches that you expect to hear from.
Now, you know what I found interesting? We had an opportunity to catch up with Melo Trimble and Deion Wiley last year, and they were talking big stuff about when they got to Maryland. Now, congratulations to them because they have made good on those promises. Who are guys watching now that you definitely see that will be impact guys at the next level?
Frank Howard, headed to Syracuse. Brian Crawford going to Wake Forest. There's Abdullah Bundu from Largo is going to Quinnipiac. I never know if I'm pronouncing it right. Quinnipiac.
Right?
Yeah. I think he's kind of going to be a steal for them. He seems like a guy who's going to step in and be able to make an impact at that level.
So far, most memorable performance, guys, this season that you've seen?
Well, this one I didn't see, but I heard about it. Bundu, the same kid. He had went down to a tournament in Florida over the holidays and had 54 points and 25 rebounds in a game. And that's
a video game.
Yeah, he's been putting up video game numbers all year long.
Charles, what about you?
I saw Michael Spate from Wise hit a game-winning three-pointer at Bowie, 63-60, and that was a big game. I think he had close to 20 points in that game, so that was a big game for him, and nice to see him game-winning three-point in front of the fans.
Will the county compete in the state? Are they in the competition for state titles?
Yeah, I think Bundu and Largo is a team.
Largo, really? really kind of?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to knock Largo. Shout out to Largo. Y'all doing y'all thing, but it's just a new name to kind of hear.
I'm Bundy. I really think he's that. I picked them sort of to be my team to surprise people, and I think when you have a player of that magnitude, especially in basketball, where he plays both sides of the court and he plays them very well, that he has that impact to lead them. You know, put the team on his back and get to maybe, you know, in the run for the state championship.
Outstanding. Well,
Bowie's a team to keep an eye on.
Bowie. So we got Bowie, Bundu at Largo, DeMatha obviously in that conversation, Gonzaga, the usual folks. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Thanks for hitting your games and coming on set. We're wrapping up the show. We're down to like 10 seconds in the show. That's it for another edition of High School Sports Final. You can catch every single highlight on our website. I'm Monica McNutt. Join us next week.